My name is Uju, and this is my story. I've been married to my husband David for 8 years now, and our marriage has been blessed with 2 kids, a boy and a girl. One day, I got a call from my son's school while I was at work. They had called to let me know that my son had been rushed to the hospital because he fainted in school. My heart has never pounded as much as it did this day. As I hurriedly got my car keys and left for the hospital, seeing my son in such a bad state got me so scared, and I called my husband telling him what had happened. And he agreed to meet me up at the hospital. When he came over, we went in to see the doctor. And the doctor had to test our blood to see which of us matched with our sons, because according to him, he needs a blood transfusion. After the test, the doctor told us that neither of us were a blood match to our son, which was rather not realistic, and that we should find a donor for our son as soon as possible. As I was trying to process what the doctor has said, my husband left me in the doctor's office, trying to call someone. When he left, the doctor told me that there are only 2 explanations for neither of us not being able to donate blood for our son. He said is either that my son had been switched at birth, or that either I or my husband is not the biological parent of our son. I got so horrified at the thought of the doctor being right. Could it be that the hospital I gave birth in switched my baby? But that could not have happened, since I was awake the whole cesarean section period, and my husband was in the theater with me. Even my husband's brother Mark was standing outside waiting for us. And for the second scenario, I hadn't cheated on my husband. After I said this out loud to the doctor, he only waved his hand, telling me that he cannot be wrong in this matter and that we should take it serious and investigate it. When I was done talking with the doctor, I went to the reception to look for my husband, and I saw him still making the call. Soon after, his younger brother Mark rushed into the reception to meet us. When I saw Mark, I was confused. Was it the one my husband had been talking to over the phone? Nevertheless, I couldn't care less, since my son urgently needed someone to donate blood for him. My husband asked Mark to go get tested, and the result was a match. After Mark donated blood to my son, the doctor told us that he would recover soonest and that we need not to worry. So we went home, and the next day, my husband called a family meeting between us, my husband and I, and his parents and siblings. At that time, I didn't suspect anything. Even as of then, what the doctor said the previous day was still bothering me. But I chose to address the matter once our son had been discharged from the hospital. I had a lot going on in my mind that I didn't even realize that my husband had been talking to me the whole time. Maybe he thought what he had said had greatly saddened me to the extent of being so quiet, when in fact I didn't hear him. He took me to a corner in the room and dropped the bomb on me. My husband told me he wasn't the father of our 2 babies. His younger brother Mark was. I couldn't process everything at once. And I was like, how come it's not possible? How would I be sleeping with your younger brother without even knowing it? Is this a prank? At first, I really thought it was a prank, but who pranks his wife when their son is still in the hospital? Then he told me that he had been drugging me. Then he reminded me of few times back when he always said that we have a game to be played amongst the three of us, me, himself, and his younger brother. Whoever fails the answer will get the drink. I never asked what was inside the drink because he's my husband, for crying out loud. Why would I question him? I knew the drink tasted off, but I didn't give it too much thought. So according to him, he had been drugging me using that drink. I couldn't believe that my marriage of 8 years had been a big lie and so messed up. He said he was impotent because of the accident he had when he was younger, and because it's tradition, instead of getting a stranger to help him father his child, his younger brother should do the work. And my question was, why wasn't I informed? I just had a lot to handle, so I just went inside, packed my bag, and got a space that a friend of mine leased out to me for a short period of time until I get my whole thoughts together. Now I ask, what should I do? Should I go back to him? Or should I just walk away from this sham of a marriage? Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section.